Welcome to Coventry University and the Faculty of Engineering, Environment and Computing. My name is Patricia Ashman. I'm the Associate Head of the School of Mechanical, Aerospace and Automotive Engineering, and today I want to talk to you in more detail about our IMechE accredited courses in Mechanical, Motorsport and Automotive Engineering. My aim in the next 20 minutes or so is to introduce you to mechanical, automotive and motorsport engineering at Coventry University, some of the great reasons why it's a good choice to come and study with us, placement opportunities, what you'll be taught, how we support you outside of the classroom academically and personally, and also how you can find out more answers to the questions if I haven't covered them in this session. Let me begin by introducing you to what will be your home if you're studying mechanical, automotive or motorsport engineering. So within these two buildings house all of your lecture theatres, high performance engineering centre, model making workshop, 3D printing suite. We also have things like our £1 million Mercedes Petronas AMG wind tunnel. That's one of a number of wind tunnels that you'll get to use across all these three courses. We also have a suite of CNC machinery to help students realise in the real world ideas and projects and things that they want to develop. We also have our laboratory spaces here, our computer laboratory spaces, state-of-the-art teaching rooms and lecture theatres, also social space, so there's lots of space there to do group work or individual work, so there's spaces that you can hide yourself away and plug in and focus. And we also have social space such as a Starbucks in the first building and a student lounge in the second building, so that you can make your own tea and coffee and pot noodles, which is apparently very important to students. Let me answer this big important question first. Why would you come and choose to study engineering at Coventry University? I believe there's many reasons for that, why you should come to us and begin your journey towards becoming a professional registered engineer. We have a global reputation for excellent teaching, outstanding student experience, and of course, exciting research. And this has been recognised over the last few years with the many accolades that we have accumulated, such as Modern University of the Year multiple times, University of the Year multiple times. We are, of course, Gold TEF and many other highly recognised accolades. The facilities we have here, and I've spoken a little bit about our buildings, are really some of the most exceptional facilities for young engineers to be learning within. So another good reason to come and study with us. Our teaching culture is very unique here. We are very innovative and student-centred, and we believe in activity-led learning. So all of the very complex concepts that we deliver within a classroom environment are all underpinned with laboratories, with projects, with experiences to really embed that learning. And of course, our location is brilliant because at the heart of the engineering industry in the UK, we've built up exceptional partnerships and relationships with companies such as Airbus, Jaguar Land Rover, Aston Martin, Rolls-Royce, Unipart, etc. Just a little bit more around our world-class facilities. They are not just limited to the two buildings that I showed you earlier. We have a technology park, we have National Transport Design Centre located within that, as well as a number of research facilities and industrial companies based there. And so really we are at the hub of what is happening in the engineering world, and that feeds into the teaching that we give our students, the projects that they engage with and the learning that they do. At Coventry University, everything we do is centred around the students, and our aim is to produce globally confident young engineers who are well on their journey to becoming professionally registered as chartered engineers and who really hit the ground running in their first graduate role. Whether you apply for mechanical, automotive or motorsport engineering, at Coventry University we will give you an offer for a BEng MEng programme, not a BEng or an MEng, as some universities might do, to, for example, give the higher performing students the MEng programme. We give every student an equal opportunity to grow in the first 2 years of their studies, and depending on performance we then give you the opportunity to move onto an MEng pathway. So this is what your study years will look like. Everybody will do 2 academic years at university. That will be followed by an optional industrial placement year or study abroad year, and then it will be 1 further year for BEng or 2 further years for MEng. I'm guessing your next big important question is, well, what am I actually going to learn? What are the subjects that I'm going to be studying on a daily basis? Well, before we get into that, I want to introduce you to the Add Advantage modules. They're called that because they're designed to add advantage to you. One of the things that is really important to us is to make Coventry University young engineers stand out from the crowd, and we want to develop you not just within your engineering and professional disciplines but also in other areas. So we embed into every year of your studies the Add Advantage modules. You get to pick an additional module from a wide range of modules which can be around international, so you could learn a language or do an international field trip. There are volunteering opportunities, there is opportunities to develop your personal skills, technical skills, etc. So you get to pick one of these Add Advantage modules every year. So this is a very important thing for you all to realise, is whether you are doing mechanical, automotive or motorsport engineering, you will be doing a common first year with us. So what I have before you is an outline of the mechanical engineering course, but this is going to look very similar whether you're doing automotive or motorsport. Let me back up a minute. You are all on an accredited degree with the Institute of Mechanical Engineers, so you are all studying a mechanical discipline. And this is important for you to realise, because I want you to do the course that you're going to enjoy. You will get the same placement opportunities and the same graduate role opportunities as well. And of course, having a common first year means that you will have the opportunity to move between courses at the end of year 1. That's something to discuss with us if that's something that you are interested in. So this is what the course looks like whether you're mechanical, automotive and motorsport. You have 2 academic years, a placement year or a study abroad year, that's optional, and then a year 3 and a 4th year for MEng. So this is what your common first year looks like. So all of you will be studying all of these modules. Some of these titles will seem familiar to you. Hopefully mathematics is something that you're all feeling confident in. You come from a variety of A-level and BTEC and other qualification backgrounds, so you will all going to be bringing different expertises and experiences to this first year. And these modules are designed to bring all of you, whatever your background, up to the same level. So electrical science and mechanical science, if you've done physics, you're going to be very familiar with a lot of the foundation of these 2 modules in there. So if you've done thermofluid or fluid dynamics, it's going to be familiar. A bit of Boyle's law is going to appear in there, for example. We will be introducing manufacturing technology and materials probably for the first time for many of you in there. It's not just that we design things, we need to understand how they can be made. So design with manufacture in mind is really important for you as engineers. Some of you will have an experience in design, others not. We will be teaching you how to use software like CATIA in this module and design principles. Engineering applications is going to be a lot of fun for you because this is our activity-led learning module. We have laboratories in there. We teach you bench skills, we teach you how to use the model making shop, the laser cutters, the 3D printers, all of the things that will help you bring your designs to life, because we are training you to be real engineers, and that doesn't happen with just designing things in a computer or on paper. It's about actually building them, prototyping them, testing them. That begins in engineering applications. But here also is included our underpinning laboratories and design challenges. And in fact, that picture there you will see are some first years. This isn't a post picture, this is actually some of our first years. I happen to be passing, and all our first year mechanical, automotive and motorsport strip and rebuild an engine, not because we're teaching you to be mechanics, but because this represents a microcosm of engineering. You've got materials, dynamics, kinematics, thermofluids, everything going on in here. And it's a really good experience for you to do that. In the virtual world, we have got alternatives to this. So we've got other ways that we're doing this currently in a global pandemic. And of course, there's that added advantage module that you're going to be doing every year. So very briefly looking at the year 2 modules, you will see that everything in blue is common between mechanical, automotive and motorsport. It's at this point that we start to bring in some specialisms, and there's that added advantage module at the bottom there. So we're going to be building on your first year modules. Analytical modeling is where we really boost your mathematical skills and teach you to use things like MATLAB and Simulink in there so that you can start building your own models and solving them. We have solid mechanics and dynamics, which is the mechanical science second year module. Design and sustainability, so really developing your skills in design and bringing in your first professional skills module there in engineering management. Now, the automotive and motorsport students will start doing vehicle systems and development. That is one of their specialist modules, and then in the mechanical there will be instrumentation and control. So that is where we're starting to move into the world of autonomous and AI, etc. there. During your second year, if you wish, we support you in applying for a placement or for an international experience, and we have a whole host of expert people that will help you with CV writing, interview techniques, etc. One of the most brilliant things about being a mechanical, automotive or motorsport student at Coventry University is our placements and the way we support you and the success we have, whether it's helping you with CV writing, cover letters, interview techniques, or bringing in companies into virtual and physical careers fairs. We have an outstanding track record. We place generally in excess of 350 students every year on placement. That has been restricted somewhat in the global pandemic, but we still have had exceptional success during this time, and we really encourage all our students to do this. It can lead to a graduate role. So these are some of the companies we work with on a regular basis and have many of our graduates placed within them. So this is what your final year looks like if you are on the BEng programme. Of course, whether you're BEng or MEng, you will all be doing these modules. The light blue modules are common between all 3 courses, and then we have specialist modules for motorsport in purple, for automotive in blue, and then some optional modules as well. So professional development and project planning, essential across all the engineering disciplines. You will all get to do an individual project, which is where you really start to develop your interests and show the kind of engineer you are. And then the product innovation, which is a group project, which is another substantial piece of work. For the motorsport students, this is where you build and race a Formula student car. So you will have different roles as either working on the chassis or the powertrain or the aerodynamics, etc. And for motorsport students, we have the traditional IC engine. We also have an AI car and also an electric car. For mechanical and automotive students on product innovation, this is actually the module that I'm in charge of, which is industrial product innovation. We work with industry on real live projects. I bring in projects from companies such as Airbus, Severn Trent Water, JLR, Aston Martin, Lotus, lots of car companies, but also things in renewable energies and a real diverse range of projects here. And you get to work as consultant engineers to industry. So this is a fantastic experience for you. I always think it's the polish before we send you off into industry. So mechanical students, you will continue with stress and dynamic analysis, and the automotive students, you will start to really understand different kinds of propulsion systems. So not only your traditional IC engines, but you'll also look at electric vehicle technology, hydrogen powered technologies, solar powers, etc., and start to understand how a vehicle is laid out and the aerodynamics involved, etc., and then some options which we'll look at in a minute. For motorsport, you can see this is really a full-on program there of specialist modules. So whilst the automotive students will do automotive propulsion and transmission, the motorsport students will do an equivalent module, but really focusing on motorsport powertrain there. So let's look at the options next. So motorsport students, you don't have any optional modules because you have a very defined route, a lot of specialist content around motorsport engineering. For mechanical and automotive, you will have some common modules here. You can see in the light blue. So you've got finite element analysis and optimization. So that is a lot of work around computer-aided engineering, and you'll be using software such as ANSYS, HyperWorks, etc. You'll also be doing computational thermofluids, CFD. So again, using computers to understand how things like aerodynamics, fluid flow, etc. And then you've got materials analysis and advanced manufacturing, very important. The green is where you get your options there as well. And of course, these modules are designed to help you prepare for your professional practice in your chosen discipline. What we want you to do is build up a portfolio of work that you can show to a future employer to demonstrate your capabilities as a professional engineer. So whether you're mechanical, automotive or motorsport, that portfolio of experience, of project, of ability to use industry standard software, to do analysis, to do design, is going to be the thing that sets you above other potential competitors for graduate roles. A quick overview of our fourth year MEng course, and as you can see, we have again some common modules there in the light blue. You do another group project, you do an individual project, you then have choices of pathways. So what we've done is there is no module choices at this year. What we do is let you pick a pathway. So by now you are a very experienced engineer. You've done 3 years of study. You've probably done a placement year. You've done many projects, many design projects, and you really are starting to understand the kind of career that you want to put yourself into. So we have these different pathways. So for mechanical, you can choose a mechanical manufacturing or propulsion system pathway. For automotive, you can choose an analysis, dynamics or powertrain pathway, and similarly for motorsport, analysis, dynamics or powertrain, and all taught within the context of that particular discipline. At Coventry University, we want you to expect more. Expect more than just excellent teaching and excellent student experience and excellent facilities. And this is what I want to show you in the next few slides. What happens outside of the classroom should be as important to you as what happens inside the classroom. And we have so many ways that we support our students. Mathematics is so important. I'm going to come to that on the next slide. Theta is a way for students to get one-to-one support from their academics. So we have a drop-in centre which is either virtual or physical, and students can drop in to defined timetabled sessions on a one-to-one basis and ask for support. I didn't understand this in your lecture. Can you help me with this tutorial question, this coursework, this laboratory revision? So very important, very unique support centre that we have there. We also have something like that for computer-aided engineering. We use software and analytical software, design software from year one, and students will get stuck. It is a fact. And so they have somewhere to go where they can bring their problems, their models, and they have experts there that will help them unravel the problem. We also have our Centre for Academic Writing. Yes, engineers need to be able to write and convey their ideas and present clearly, so report writing, presentations, etc. And we get so many ways of helping you and developing you in that sense. We have student proctors who are students helping students. These are paid roles, and it may be that in the future you are one of our student proctors. Of course, we have one-to-one support for mental health and well-being, dyslexia support. Many of our students have the ambition to become entrepreneurs. We help them there. We have an academic personal tutor system, so we put you into families immediately that you join us in groups of 6 to 1. We have dedicated career support, scholarships and bursaries. Do look out on our website. We do lots of laboratory sessions, a student hardship fund. We also have free membership to the IMechE and the Women's Engineering Society as well. Our math support, our Sigma Math Support Centre, which is located in our library, is globally recognised for excellence in mathematical support. And actually, you can have a look on their website right now. Google Coventry University Sigma Math Support, and you'll see a lot of content that you can use to help you prepare for your maths studies as well. This is open 6 days a week for walk-in, drop-in, virtual drop-in at the moment. You can have additional one-to-one appointments booked, and we have diagnostic testing to help you identify where your areas are weak, and we can help support you to strengthen those areas as well. At Coventry University and the School of Mechanical, Aerospace and Automotive Engineering, equality, diversity and inclusivity is fundamental to how we operate. Creating safe spaces for staff and students is really important, not just to allow you to grow in your academic discipline, your professional discipline, but also as people, as citizens of the world. And to that end, we have a lot of support and groups and resources to help you. So we have the Women's Engineering Society, we have the LGBTQIA Society, Women in Aviation, and Student Health and Wellbeing as well. This is just a sample representation of the way we support the EDI and the BAME agenda. Your studies at Coventry University don't need to stop at BEng or MEng. We have a full suite of master's degree courses, PhD, postdoc opportunities, etc., with some really favourable alumni discounts and scholarships as well. Transporting people to Mars, designing a world that uses smart, connected, autonomous transport, taking care of a planet that has issues around sustainability and renewable energies. These are the challenges that you as future professional engineers will be tasked to solve. And that is our current challenge, which is to prepare you for that unknown world, for jobs that we don't know are jobs yet, to use technologies that haven't been developed yet, and to solve problems that we don't even know are problems yet. Please, just a reminder that our courses are constantly being developed. So before you decide to apply for any courses based on my presentation today, do check on the websites. Everything I've said is accurate as of today. Any changes will be reflected on the website. If you have any more questions, you want to get in touch, do look on our website. There's lots of ways to get in touch with us across our social media platforms. Of course, do feel free to email us if you're in the UK, recruitment.eec@coventry.ac.uk. If you are an international student, please email generalinquiries.io@coventry.ac.uk. And if you are in the virtual open day, then please do and come and visit us over in our booths, where I will be there with lots of my academics to answer any of your questions and help you make the right choice for you. Thank you and good luck with your university applications.
Grįžtame į studiją, tai ką tik Coventry universitetas prisistatė mums čia, mes su Nerijum Leškiu labai trumpai apie šitą universitetą tariam porą žodžių ir pereisim prie kito universiteto, kuris jau yra Lancaster, ir pakalbėsim apie teisės studijas. Bet dabar apie Coventry, apie automobilių ir motorinių transporto priemonių inžinerijos studijas Jungtinėje karalystėje. Nerijau, kiek tai tave patį žavi?
Žavi labai, turbūt aš gal apie Coventry, jeigu labai trumpai turim truputėlį laiko, tai turbūt vienas populiariausių universitetų pastaraisiais metais tarp lietuvių, neišimtis yra ir mechanikos, ir motosporto inžinerija. Ir teko lankyti šitą universitetą prieš 1,5 metų, jeigu neklysto. Tai tikrai nuostabus universitetas, pats fakultetas, ką ir pristatinėjo pati dėstytoja, tikrai ypatingai modernus, jeigu matėt pačioje pirmoje skaidriai rodė, kad vienas iš pastatų investicijos 55 milijonai, kitas 27 milijonai. Tai tokį išskirtinį gal dalyką pasakysiu, kas tikrai patiko vizitų metu, tai teko patiem fiziškai pabandyti tokį, reiškia, agregatą milijonų neteko pačiupinėti, bet teko pačiupinėti agregatą, kur naudoja Formulės 1 komandos, toks simuliatorius, kuris matuoja įvairius aerodinaminius, reiškia, pakitimus ir panašiai. Ir taip studentai mokosi būtent praktikos per šitą prizmę. Tikrai daug kitų programų, kaip Aerospace Engineering taip pat turi. Tai išskirtinis turbūt dalykas yra tai tos didelės investicijos ir tai, ką matai atėjęs į fakultetą, tai kas yra labai realu, tą, ką šiuolaikinės kompanijos turbūt šiai dienai naudoja, tai studentai visų kursų laikotarpių tą naudoja praktikoje.